Alright, so today we are going to be ranking every single Treyarch Call of Duty Zombies map besides Vanguard. Why do ads keep popping up? Besides Vanguard, I'm not a zombies YouTuber. I still really like the mode, and I felt like making a video on it. So, why not? Let's start here. These are not in order whatsoever. I'm only going to be ranking the Treyarch ones, so I don't care about those. Outbreak. I don't have a strong opinion on Outbreak. I try to actually explain my criteria here. Pretty much this is strictly my opinion. We have top 5, which are pretty much just my top 5 favorite maps. Amazing, I like You Have a Cupcake, meh, bad, and why do you exist? Again, also never played because, I'm actually going to get the Vanguard maps out of the way. I have never played the Vanguard maps. I never played the Vanguard maps. Where's Narcon? Where's she now? There we go. She Nima. Yeah, I'll put them in chronological order here. I have never played any of them. I have not touched Vanguard zombies. Nor will I ever. That's like the game's on sale for like $1. That's the only way I will ever consider even buying the game. And even then I'll feel like it's a ripoff. So let's see here. Alright, BL1 Shangri-La. I'm not counting like the remakes like Chronicles and the BL1 remasters. So Shangri-La to me is a I Like You Have Cupcake map. I really like it. I think it's a good map. I like it aesthetically. It looks it's very pleasing to look at, very good on the eyes. Definitely a lot more difficult than other maps. The baby gun that turns zombies into babies is really fun, and also I'm pretty sure it's like one of the better wonder weapons in the game. Not even just in BL1, but like zombies period. Like, it's a lot of good things. My only main problems are it is really, it's a very tight map. It's really hard to train, and you can't camp. Camping is not an option in this map. You try to camp in this map, you'll be met with zombies eating you. So that's not fun. But Shangri-La overall, I think it's a good map. If you guys are wondering why I'm talking like this, it's because it's, as I'm recording this, 11:57 at night, so I'm tired, and I have like 3 other videos to record. So next up we have Die Rise. Alright, next up we have Blood of the Dead. I am putting these in order, by the way, and I'd rather play Blood than Die Rise. But that's not saying much. I don't like Die Rise. Die Rise is my least favorite map of all time. Blood of the Dead is also kind of down there too with Die Rise. Revelations. Where would I put Rev? I would put Rev toward the top of I Like You Have Cupcake. I think it's a good map. I just don't think it's amazing. It's a fun high round. It looks very nice. Fun wonder weapons, but just not a lot of substance to it. So yeah, Transit. Transit for me is a bad map. It is the top of bad. Let me explain why. So Transit is, if you guys don't know, which most of you probably don't, unless you're my friend who introduced me to zombies. Transit was my first ever zombies map. This introduced me to zombies. I didn't fall in love with the mode. A certain map that came out before Transit, actually on BL1, made me fall in love with the mode, and that's ranked a lot higher than Transit is. A lot of really bad things about Transit. Ted always leaving you behind, or just never going when you need him to. The jet gun is straight trash. I don't even consider it a wonder weapon, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's just terrible. It breaks after like 3 seconds. Slow moving, no mobility with that weapon. You have to rebuild it every single time it breaks if you want to keep using it, which sucks because like all the pieces are just scattered around the massive map. Because Transit is huge, and like all the jet gun pieces are just scattered all around. There's like, I'm pretty sure there's like what, 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, they're scattered everywhere. It's such, man, Transit. The only thing that keeps Transit from being in like why do you exist is because it introduced me to zombies. there's so much bad about Trans. Like the pack-a-punch process is straight up garbage. You know, Avocado, as I like to call him, even though his real name is Avogadro. He's annoying, but he is avoidable, so he's not too bad. Yeah, a lot of bad things. The only reason why it's not in Why Do You Exist is just because I have very slightly rose-tinted glasses for this map, and that's the only reason why it's not going into Why Do You Exist category. Shadows of Evil. Now, Shadows of Evil to me is a top 5 map. It is my 3rd favorite map of all time. I love Shadows. I think it's a fun map, fun high round. Yeah. I can't really speak on that because I don't do very many. I don't really high round Shadows. I kind of go to like 30. I don't really try to high round Shadows too much. But it is a fun map, fun setup process. I usually get it done in like round 3. I have Pack-a-Punch open by round 3 a lot. Like round 3 or 4, I get Pack-a-Punch open. But I love Shadows of Evil. It is one of my favorite maps. The Apollyon Servant, while admittedly being kind of sus, that's still an amazing map. I mean, it's not map. Still an amazing wonder weapon. The Apollyon Sword is really fun, and I think the aesthetic and everything of it is really great. Mogra is a goated boss. The parasites and the meatballs, or whatever their actual name is, are kind of meh, but you know, whatever. They're more minor annoyances than anything. Yeah, a lot of things Shadow did right, and it's staying in my top 5. Now, as for Origins, this is where I have quite a few hot takes, I guess you could say. And I don't think Origins, a lot of people like put Origins like right here, right? Like best map of all time, or like second best or something. Like, it's always in the top 5. For me, personally, it's going right here. It's going right here. I like him more than Shang. I don't like him more than Rev. Now, let me explain before you guys murder me, alright? I do not like the mud. The mud is annoying, and I hate it. I need stamina. I shouldn't have to have a perk to actually get around somewhere, to actually get around the map efficiently, or like to move at all. But no, you need stamina, which is annoying. If I don't want stamina, I don't want it. On this map, I have to have it. The Panzer is the Panzer, while being fun, while being a fun boss, it does kind of suck that like if you don't have a staff by round 8, then you were literally just screwed. Have you ever tried killing a Panzer with just like an MP40, like whatever gun you might have gotten from the box? No, you haven't. You have never killed a Panzer like that, unless you Pack-a-Punched it, because there's no other way you feasibly did that without taking an hour. So yeah, it does kind of suck. And also that kind of like the thing with the stabs, I hate building I hate building and upgrading the stabs. I pull up Mr. Waffle Waffles every time I play that map, and I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like Origins. Aesthetically, it's fun, great story. I just think it has. I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see this one, Chief. Why is Forsaken all the way down here? Do I need to? There we go. Engineer Bus Depot. God, there's so many. Is that it? Alright. Alright, so that's how you get Buried. Buried is, I like him more than Origins. It's gonna be toward the top of. Actually, I like it slightly more than Rev. Buried. Paralyzer is kind of cool. Vulturizate is a really useful perk. Pretty underrated, if you ask me. I think. Oh God, what is his name? Oh God, I forgot his name. I forgot the guy's name. How do I? Oh man, I forgot the guy's name. But whatever his name is, helping you out by giving him drugs or candy, whatever, booze. I guess you could say, like booze or candy. He helps you out. Really useful, although you can get I can't speak. You can get in the way quite a bit. So, yeah. My main problem with Buried is that I do not like the playstyle that it pretty much forces you to do. Like, you can train, but it's not required. Like, here's the thing, right? With buried, if you want to get to like round 50, get the paralyzer from the box, get the what's it called? Get Vulture's Aid, get the dubstep machine, the trample steam. Like, literally, just get the buildables, put them by jug, like get the head chopper. Like, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Like, it's really easy to get all that stuff in buried. Pretty much, get the buildable. Get like 3 buildables. All right, you slap them all down by jug. You get the paralyzer, Vulture's Aid, and you will literally just sit there till like round 50. It's so mindless. You just sit there for like 2 hours just holding down the trigger button, only occasionally releasing it to let the paralyzer cool down a little bit, and like get more ammo from like the Vulture's Aid. It's so stupid. I hate playing. I hate that. I hate how you have to high around this map. I think it's so boring. Like don't get me wrong, I camp on Garage. You know, I'm actually gonna rank this next. I camp on Garage. Like if you saw, like in the upcoming video I'm gonna do about zombies, but just talking about like what I think the current state of zombies is, and if I think there's any future for it. You will literally see me like going to round 50 on GK. But here the difference is I had to put in thought, like like the Reagan Mark III. I had to Dragon, the Gauntlet of Siegfried. There was actually like some thoughts going on, and that whole time I had a smile on my face. Here, no, I literally just sit by jug, and the game pretty much just does the work for me. I just sit by jug for like 2 hours. It's not fun. All right. But now Garage Crovey, my favorite map. Garage Crovey is literally everything I love. It's focused on my favorite character, Nikolai. It has literal dragons. I love dragons, and it's literally based on a dragon. You get a baby dragon as a specialist. What? You have the one of the most fun wonder weapons to use, the Ray Gun Mark III. It's such a fun wonder weapon. I love the Ray Gun Mark III. I think it is amazing. You have the map layout. I think it's not the best. I think it's alright. I think it's a pretty good map layout. It's not the best by any means, but I still think it's really good. Aesthetically, I think it looks really nice. Stalingrad is a very interesting place to have a zombies map. I know Russia really isn't too popular right now, and that's where this map takes place. Because Stalingrad is in the Soviet Union, Russia. So I know that's not really a popular place right now. But you know what? Stalingrad is still interesting just because of all the history there. Like how it was the battle for Stalingrad. I can't speak. Was like one of the most bloody battles in human history. It's really interesting. A lot of really good stuff about this. The Dragon Strike. You literally get to ride a dragon. What more do you want from a map? It's honestly so fun, and it's it's probably like the most fun camping map. Like you can train, you have to do like a whole like map train. I just prefer the camping strat. Is it slower? Sure. Do I care? No. So, next up we have Ascension. Ascension is an amazing map. It's not quite top 5, but it definitely is close. I really like Ascension. Ascension is one of the most fun maps to play. I think the Space Monkeys, while they can be annoying, are a nice challenge. The Thunder Gun, the Ray Gun, good, pretty fun wonder weapons to use. It introduced PhD, Stamina Up, the first ever Easter egg. A lot of really good stuff was introduced. Big map, you have lots of training space. There's a lot of training space. You can train by Pack-a-Punch if you want. By pretty much any 3 of the Lunar Lander locations. I think by far the one that's most used is the one by PhD. You can literally train almost anywhere. You can literally train at least somewhat safely almost anywhere on Ascension. It's great. A great beginner map. If you're trying to hide around something, like Rev and Ascension are like the 2 maps I'd suggest. And I guess you like D Machine too once we get to that. Yeah. Ascension, really fun map. I really like it. It's close to being top 5, but it's not quite there yet for me. The next up we have World War Reese. World War Reese. World War Reese is another amazing map. There really isn't anything wrong about it besides the fact that on a World at War, if you shock yourself with the Wonder Off when you have Jug, you literally just lose Jug. Like the perk icon will still be there, but its effect is gone. And unlike in later games, Quick Revive does not have the solo effect. It literally only has its co-op effect. So there's no point of buying Quick Revive on World at War when you're playing solo whatsoever. But yeah, it's a little thing that's really cool, and I still really like it. So thank you, World at War Reese. The only reason why it's not like top 5 or is because I just enjoy other maps more. That's literally it. I just enjoy playing other maps more. Zetsubo and Oshima. Zetsubo, I'm gonna put it right here. I don't listen, Mr. T-Lexified. Listen, all right. Don't shoot me. Zetsubo, I just don't have fun playing it. I'm gonna be honest. That's just my opinion. Funny, like the Easter egg, I think is pretty cool. The Wonder Weapon is kind of cool. I hate the Thrashers with a passion. Spiders are fine. Spider boss fights are really good. I hate the Thrashers. That's like the main thing that ruins Zetsubo for me is just like the Thrashers. It's like once you have one Thrasher, it's just a never-ending cycle of just Thrashers. Because like you kill one Thrasher, you kill a Thrasher by shooting all the spore sacks or whatever on its body. Like those spore sacks, once you like shoot them enough, like by bursting, like, you burst them by shooting them. Those can be used to, like if a zombie walks into them, they can turn into Thrashers. So it's just like a never-ending cycle, and it's so annoying. I hate it. The map layout is not that great. It takes like 3 hours to set up, unless you're like a speedrunner, which is not fun. Especially when the reward is nowhere near as great as like Shadows of Evil, which also has a decently long setup requirement. Also Origins. But yeah, not an amazing map for me. I'm sorry, Lex. Listen, pal. I'm sorry. Classified. Classified is an amazing map. Now, here's the thing I had to say about Classified, and I have said this before to my friends. If Classified was on, like literally BO3 or Cold War, it would easily be a top 5 map, better than 5. Like it would easily be a top 5 map for me, easily. The main problem stems from the fact that it is on BO4 in its garbage systems. Although saying BO4 has systems at this point might be giving it a little too much credit. So yeah. Also, it doesn't have the Pentagon Thief. I know a lot of people hate the Pentagon Thief. I really like him. I think he adds a nice challenge to 5. So yeah, literally, if it had those two things going for it, it would be easily above 5. For me, it would probably overtake it as my number 5 map, if not even. It would be like even higher. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Classified. Overall, I think it did a lot of stuff better. There's more room, more stuff to explore in 5. And Classified, not 5, more in Classified. But yeah. Tog your turn. Tog? It's going on there like you have a cupcake. Yeah, it's going in the I like you have a cupcake tier. It's not amazing, but it can stay in there. I have no actual opinion on Tog. It's no, it's going down mid. It's going down meh. I don't have an opinion on this map. I think it's better than Outbreak, but that's not saying much. Moon. I think I like that ranking. I think. Yeah, alright. Yeah, Moon is has the best Easter egg ending of all time. Getting to blow up the Earth is really fun. Yeah, it's really good. The wave gun is also really fun. Anti-gravity, while it can be a little annoying, is also pretty fun. Besides the fact that the zombies will literally just start floating around. It's kind of stupid. But, what can you do? A lot of really good things about Moon. I think BO3 Moon is better than BO1 Moon. But I'm not counting the Chronicles remasters, because I don't feel like it. But if I were counting the Chronicles remasters, it would literally be, where's it in? Like, BO3 Moon, if I was counting Chronicles, would be, like, top of I Like You Have a Cupcake, or, like, even bottom of Amazing. But since I don't like, since I'm not counting Chronicles Moon, it's not being counted. So, yeah, we're just counting, like, the original releases of these maps. Next up, we have, I think this is our first Cold War map, right? Okay, Outbreak. Our first non-Outbreak map. Mauer Der Toten. Mauer. For a while, this map didn't grow on me, but now it has. I like Mauer more than Reese. Mauer Der Toten, really good layout. One of the best wonder weapons. It has one of the best wonder weapons. It is such a fun wonder weapon to use. It has literally one of the most fun weapons to use. Good layout, good boss. I think it's a fun map. For a while it didn't grow on me, but once I actually learned the map, it exploded. Like, not like about a year ago, this map literally didn't grow on me at all. I played like right here, but now it's like literally like amazing, top 10. So we love Mauer. We love Mauer. Next up we have 9. 9 is another map. I'm not sure I like it more. I think I like Mauer and 9 about the same. I think 9 and Mauer are like the same for me. But 9 is still a really fun map. I think the wonder weapon is really cool. I guess how it's like kind of like a scorpion type thing. The boss fight is an elephant. I think PETA's gonna be on them for that. But I think at least the spawn room is really fun. I will say that the fire gets really annoying really quickly. Tigers are pretty much just hellhounds. I think it's really cool. I do not care for the Chaos storyline, nor do I know anything about it, so I can't really give much input on that. I just think it's fun. I just think it's a fun map. The Gladiators are a fun challenge to deal with. Overall, it's really fun, and I don't really have a lot to say about it besides the fact that I just really enjoy it. I just think it's really fun. It does a lot right, and really the main thing holding 9 back, just like Classified, is the fact that it's on BO4's terrible systems, where zombie AI is just all over the place. The spawns are everywhere. Like if it wasn't on BO4 and it was on BO3 Cold War, it would be like top 5 as well. So yeah. Alright, next up though we have 5. Now 5 is unironically, I swear it's unironically my 5th favorite map. I think 5 is amazing. You get to play as JFK, Castro, the other two. I'm pretty sure like Nixon, and I'm pretty sure that's Robert McNamara. I forget their names. I only really remember JFK and Vidal, but that's alright. I only play as JFK anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, really fun map. It's a decent challenge. Pentagon Thief adds a nice challenge to it as well, and it's really fun. He's really rewarding too, if you kill him without him touching you at all. But he's really fun. I think this map does a lot right. The only thing I can really say that Classified does a lot better than, like, there's two. The Classified does better because like the teleporters tell you where you're gonna go in Classified, and it just expands the map more. But I think pack punching on 5 is funner. I think a lot of things are a lot more fun in 5 than they are in Classified. I think it's just the challenge and the fact that BO1 systems are just so much better than BO4s. Just kind of like make a difference here. I think 5 is such a fun map. I think it's very memorable because of the president. Yeah, really fun map, really fun boss, and it is a very challenging high round. I'm pretty sure my max round I ever got into was like round 32. It is a hard map, but it is really fun. It is a fun challenge. So top 5 easily. The Giant. The Giant is literally Darius, but I can't give it as much credit as Darius. My opinion has changed. I think when I did my BO3 maps for ranked video, I put the Giant above Revelations. I can't do that here. I like Revelations more than the Giant. My opinion has changed a little bit. Drak. Drak, I'd say, for me, is... I wouldn't say it's better than Darius. I'd say it's right here. Is that fair? Let's say... I'm gonna leave it there. Drak is... I really like the bows. Panzer's back is pretty cool. I like the trap especially. The story with Dr. Groff is really cool. Cool boss fight. Nice Easter egg ending where you get to blow up the moon, which is a nice... which is a nice reverse of what we did in Moon, where we blew up the Earth instead. But, I think it's really cool, really good map, really beautiful looking map visually. You can say that about pretty much almost any BO3 map. I think the only one that doesn't look beautiful amazingly is Zetsu no Shima, but that map takes place in the swamp, so what more do you want? But yeah, amazing map. And that's kind of all I have to say. Literally everything, it does almost everything amazingly. It doesn't do any, it's not the best at anything, but it's amazing at everything. So that's what we're doing here. And now we have Mob. I played Mob. The more I play Mob, the more I like it. Is it above 9 in Mauer for me? I don't think it is. I think it's right here. I think this is our lineup. Yeah, I think this is our lineup here. Next up we have Bob is fun. Sal DeLuca's fun. All the fun characters, fun Wonder Weapon, even if it's not really the greatest. Map layout's pretty cool. Cafeteria is an iconic training area. Getting to fly to the Golden Gate Bridge and everything, that's also really cool. A lot of really fun things about Mob of the Dead. Once again, it's kind of like 3, so the only real problem I have with it is just that I just enjoy other maps more. Firebase Z, I'm pretty sure this is the universal least favorite of Cold War. And I don't share that opinion. I think Firebase is really fun. My opinion has gone down a little bit since it came out. Because when it came out, it was bottom of amazing. Now it's top of I like it cooking. So my opinion has gone down a bit. It has gone down a little bit. But I still think it's really fun. The Ray K, if they didn't nerf it 30,000 times, is really cool. I just wish they didn't kill that thing with nerfs. Layout, while not being amazing, I still think it's pretty good. Mimics are... I think they are a little too plentiful, but they're really easy to take out. Mimics are some of the easiest boss zombies to take out. Just shoot its mouth. They're not difficult. They're annoying because they spawn frequently, but they're not the hardest thing to take out, so I never got too annoyed by them. You also have Manglers from GK, and I don't think they work as well here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. They don't spawn in as frequently as Mimics, but it's you get 3 of them per round, and you get 3 Manglers per round, and that's not... I don't know, it's how 30 Mimics you're gonna get per round on the higher rounds. Yeah, it really just isn't amazing. It isn't fun, really. I have no idea what my highest run. I'm pretty sure my highest run was like 35 on Firebase Z. I don't think there's a way to check on Cold War, so I can't even like fact check that. Yeah, Firebase Z for me, it's gone down a little bit, but overall I still think it's like a really fun map. Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead. I'm gonna place that there. Call of the Dead is really fun. I think George Romero is a fun boss who it incentivizes you to move around because you can't camp with him. It's literally impossible unless you have the VR11 and you shoot him with it to make him go away for a round. But yeah, he makes it really hard to camp. He incentivizes you to train, which is really nice. Really nice drops for killing him. You get. I'm pretty sure if you haven't completed the Easter egg, it's a death machine. But if you have, it's Wonder Waff, which I think is really cool. Yeah. No, I'm tired. Yeah, overall, a lot of really good things from Call of the Dead. There's not a lot I can. I don't know how many times I can say, oh, I like this. Scavenger is pretty cool. I wish it did infinite damage because it already has a trade-off, because without PhD you're gonna kill yourself with this thing. Scavenger is stupidly powerful. So, yeah, Scavenger, really fun. VR11, we don't talk about it. Layout's really cool. Celebrity cast is really nice. Like the one and only zip line in like ever, except for like when until like Cold War came out. This was like the only map to ever have a zip line. I just think a lot of it's really cool. It's definitely, I'd say, more like mid tier in terms of challenge. Like it's more of like a middle, like moderately challenging, I guess you could say. Still really fun. Really enjoy the map, and I think it's amazing. My opinion has gone down a little bit. My opinion has gone down a little bit over time, but it's still hanging in there in the amazing spot. So I'm not going to take that away from it. Next up, we have... Okay, Kino der Toten. Now, you guys probably remember when I said Transit was the map that introduced me to zombies, right? Kino's the map that made me fall in love with the mode, so it's going in. It's my second favorite map. Listen, I understand that it's overrated. I understand it is overrated. I accept that fact. But you also have to accept that I don't care about. I don't care if it's. I don't care that it's overrated. I always have fun with playing Kino, and after all, that's what I'm looking for at the end of the day. I'm just trying to have fun. Story's nice, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to have fun, and Kino is always fun to play. Alright, it is always such a fun map to play. Thundergun, Ray Gun, Nova Crawlers, which I don't find annoying. In fact, I find them pretty helpful when you're in the you're in the higher round. You can save ammo by shooting the Nova Crawlers and having them explode and kill some of the zombies. I think they're pretty fun. Great layout, amazing layout. 115 is such an amazing song. Starting Room is great. Almost everything about this map is great. I just wished it had an Easter egg. If Kino had an Easter egg besides the reels, I think we'd be looking at like genuinely like an actual like amazing map. Like literally the best map of all time. Like if I was looking at this from an objective lens, it'd probably be like bottom of amazing or like top of I like a cupcake. But since I'm looking at this subjectively with my my rose tinted glasses for this map, I love it. I think it's amazing. Forsaken. Now this is my least favorite Cold War map, and I'm gonna put it here. I still like it, but I don't think it's as good as every other the only Cold War thing I think it's better than is Outbreak, and that's like my opinion on Outbreak is just that it's kind of meh. I don't have a strong opinion on Outbreak. Yeah, I think Forsaken is fine. The axe is cool. The Easter egg is kind of cool with the story and whatnot. It ends on a cliffhanger, which is really interesting. I want to see where that goes. But overall, I will have to say that it's kind of meh, like every other place. Layout is not layout's not great. A lot of things about it are not great. It's just kind of boring, really. I mean, it has a few nice callbacks, like it has like a Burger Town, which is a nice callback to Exo Zombies, but it is overall it's not amazing in any way. D Machine, on the other hand, D Machine is my fourth favorite map. D Machine is really fun. I love D Machine. I think it is one of the best maps to ever be created. A great start to Cold War. Probably like the best map in terms of a good starting room into like good first map. Probably the best like first map. Like here's the thing, right? Like Shadows right here, it was the first map of BO3, and while I think Shadows is a better map overall, D Machine, it was a terrible launch map. Like this map is terrible launch. It was a terrible first map for the game. But like D Machine is literally the perfect launch map. It is the perfect first map for a game. Shadows sucks as a launch map, but it's better overall than D Machine. But D Machine is literally the perfect launch map. Like probably even better than Kino in that regard. So yeah, no, really great map. A lot of fun. The ray gun was revitalized in this map. I think it's still like probably like isn't it like the second best wonder weapon in Cold War? I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong. I haven't used the axe much, so I haven't used the Forsaken axe much, so I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's like the second best wonder weapon in Cold War. Amazing layout. I think the layout of D Machine is amazing. The Megaton is one of the most goated bosses of all time. A lot of things. It did a lot of things right. It did like almost everything you need it to do, and it does them all greatly. So the only real complaint I have is that a few of the die shockwave upgrades are kind of annoying to get, but they're not necessary, so I really don't care about them. We got D Machine, great map, and it's a fun high round attempt. I will say I do have a lot of fun trying to get to higher rounds on that map. So D Machine top 5 easily, and that completes this section. I don't think there's any more to really add to why do you exist. I'm pretty sure like these three maps are the only ones I genuinely question why they exist. Dead of the Night. I don't like it. I like Zetsubo more. Dead of the Night. It has literally everything about this map is literally an Easter egg. Worst launch ever. People don't know this map exists. It wasn't marketed whatsoever. It was terrible. This map wasn't marketed. No one knew it existed when it first came out, and people still don't know it exists. Oh man, Dead of the Night. How they screwed you over. The map's not good. The map really isn't good. So I can't blame Treyarch for not trying to market this map, but it is terrible. But yeah, not a great map in literally anything. Werewolves aren't that great. No, I can't. How do you say their name? Nosferatus? Is that how you pronounce them? Like vampires, pretty much. They're not fun to fight. Spawns are literally everywhere on this map, but that's less of a Dead of the Night problem, more of a BO4 problem at large. Characters uninteresting, story uninteresting. It's not fun. It's not a fun map. Layout's kind of cool, but it's not enough. Verrucht, the scariest map, at least the World of War version is. I'm going to put Verrucht right here. I'd rather play it than Shangri-La. Verrucht is terrifying on World of War just because of all the sounds and whatnot. Introduced perks, power, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it introduced traps. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, Noct didn't have traps, so yeah. It introduced power, perks, a moving mystery box, uh, and the traps. So Varuk did a lot of things right. It's just that Varuk sprinters are annoying, and I think the map layout could have been a little bit better on Varuk. Like it's an asylum map. I do appreciate the aesthetic. I think the aesthetic is probably the best thing about Varuk, but it's not a map I go back and play often. Alpha Omega. I know Nuketown Zombies are right beside each other. Alright, so here's the thing about these two maps, right? I am putting them both in meh, because these two maps are the definition of meh. Like, that's how you describe these two maps. Literally, meh. There's no other way to describe Alpha Omega and Nuketown Zombies. Because they don't do anything necessarily right, but they don't do anything necessarily wrong either. They are literally the most bland zombie maps, in my opinion. I don't hate them. I don't love them either. I have no general feelings toward these two maps. I don't care for them. I don't care enough to have an opinion about these maps. They're just meh. I don't like them. I don't dislike them. They're literally just middle of the road maps. Next up we have Nacht der Toten. Alright, I'm gonna put Nacht in the bottom of it like you have a cupcake. I think Nacht is fine, but it isn't the best. It was the first Zombies map, so I do appreciate it for that, and I do appreciate what they were trying to go for. But it just doesn't have a lot to offer. I appreciate it for how it started the game mode. I appreciate for what it did for the game mode. That's all I can say on it. It's a fun, like, if I were to throw some, like, if I were to introduce someone to zombies, right? If I were to introduce someone to zombies, and I'd put them on a map as the first map to play, Noct would be one of my first choices to put them on, right? Because it was the original. Good starter maps for people, I'd say are Noct, Kino, and maybe D Machine. Those would be the maps I'd put them on for their starting map. I think those are great starter maps. Even Ascension or Dirty Split. Pretty much Noct is the starter map. It is a great map to start someone out on. They can learn the basics of shooting zombies, knife them, opening doors, buying the box, buying stuff with walls, rebuilding. It's literally just such a great map to learn the basics. And even once you get into the more advanced, a little bit more advanced with perks and Pack-a-Punch, you put them on Kino. And then if you want to go for an Easter egg, or just need some more advanced mechanics, you put them on D Machine. But yeah, Noct, I like playing it. I enjoy it. I cannot play it more than once. I cannot play it more than once a week because, my god, it takes forever for things to get going on Noct. Ancient Evil. I am not as big a fan of Ancient Evil as other people are. I'm gonna put it behind Moon. The gauntlets are cool, and I think the overall aesthetic is cool. Map layouts are right. Probably the best part of the Chaos story, at least in terms of actual story, it's probably better than 9. But I still don't like the Chaos story at all, so that doesn't really matter much. So I think it's right here. It's just fun map. I think the Pegasus are cool. There's a lot of cool things about it. It's just nothing I can say is outstanding. Gauntlets are cool, but it's there are a lot of other cool things I like. I think 9's Wonder Weapon is cooler than the gauntlets, if I'm being perfectly honest. The bosses are not fun. I don't like the bosses in this. Yeah. So next up you have World War Shinonuma. Wow, Shinonuma. I'm gonna put it. I think it's slightly better than Varuk. I wouldn't put it over Forsaken. It introduced mud. Why did I say I like this map again? It introduced a few things. It introduced mud, random perk spawn for better or for worse, and also the first infinite damage Wonder Weapon being the Wonder Waff. because the Wonderwaff wasn't in World War Verrucht or Noct. It was introduced in Shinonuma and then carried over to Darius. Easy high round. Like Shinonuma's like if you were starting to go on high rounds, like if you wanted to start like going for like high rounds, World of War Shinonuma and Rev are like your two best maps for it, and like D Machine too is a pretty good high round. Like genuinely, like you can get to around 1,000 pretty easily. Like it'll take time, like sure it'll take a while, but like it's so easy to get to high rounds on Shinonuma just because like I'm pretty, like it's like a like 24 zombie cap per round, and you have like the infinite damage Wonderwaff plus like dog rounds every like 4 to 5 rounds. Like you're literally fine. You'll be fine. Easy map. Get Jug, get the Wonderwaff, and you're set. Alright, but yeah, it's a fun map. It's not the most interesting to look at, but it's fun nonetheless. So let's get into the 3 green run maps here. Bus Depot. Bus Depot is. I'm gonna be honest. I like Farm more. Town is gonna go. Where's Town? I'm gonna put Town here. I'm gonna put Town here. There we go. Not much to say about these. Bus Depot and Farm are literally just small versions of Transit, and I don't like either one of them very much. I don't like either one of them at all, actually. And Town is a fun thing. Town is fun for a little bit. Not something I'd go out of my way to play a lot, but it is still fun. And this is my COD Zombies tier list. This was a lot of fun to make, and I think it's pretty fun if I do say so myself. So pretty much top 5, we have GK, Kino, Shadows, D Machine, and 5. Amazing, Ascension, Mauer, 9, Mob, Darius, Drac, Classified, Call of the Dead. I like you have a Cupcake, we have Firebase Z, Buried, Moon, Ancient Eel, Revelations, The Giant, Town, Origins, Forsaken, Shidonuma, Verrucht, Shangri-La, Noct, Mauer, Outbreak, Nuketown, Zombies, and Alpha Omega, Bad, Transit, Zetsubo, Dead of the Night, Farm, Bus Depot, Why Do You Exist, Blood of the Dead, Voyage, and Darius, and never played all 4 Vanguard maps. I'm not counting the these ones or whatever, like the other maps, because I either A, haven't played them or don't remember enough. Like the only ones I can really rank are like the Final Ranking, Rust and House. Like those are the only 2 non-Treyarch maps I remember. But I'm not going to, because I'm not ranking just 2 maps out of the World War II maps, not ranking the others. So yeah, this is it, and I hope you guys did enjoy. I enjoyed making this list, and see you guys next time.